Hi, I'm Tony from George's Gorgeous. Now this is on a bit of a speed up because I decided to try and make some inlays from some dichroic sheets. So I used some air drying clay just to put on the sides to hold the silicone inside or on top of the dichroic sheets and to hold the dichroic sheets down. So I was hoping that the silicone wouldn't run underneath. I have used this with other silicone projects before and had some success with it, so I decided that I was just going to put it right on the edges so that I could make a sheet, and hopefully the imprint would come out as an inlay. So I did this on both. These are inlays from Magically Resin, from her Etsy page. I believe she doesn't ship to the UK anymore, but they are stunning, and so I had a couple left, and I thought I'd give it a go. So I was hoping that I wasn't going to damage the sheeting. I didn't know whether it would stick to it. So here I am mixing up some silicone. I will link the brand below. It is off Amazon. It is my go-to silicone, and has been for quite some time. It's got a beautiful green colour to it, and I've had a lot of success with it, so why change it? Obviously silicone is slightly expensive, but if you're only using small amounts like I am in these projects, then it does last a while. This is on a little bit of a speed up, so this is normal time stirring, and I am holding it quite high up to stop any bubbles from gathering. So I'm just trying to spread it out to make sure. Now at this point I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, that it's not going to leak from underneath the clay. And the air drying clay you can use again, so once you've finished with it, as long as it hasn't been sat out too long, you can just put a little bit more water to it and add it back into your pack. And again, from a distance, and just moving it right to the edges. Now so far so good, it hasn't seeped all underneath, so I'm just getting every little bit out of the cup. And then I left it to sit. Now this was only sitting for about 5 hours, I want to say, maybe 6, and then I come back to it and I felt it, and it was quite solid. So this is quite fast curing silicone. So like I say, this is 5 or 6 hours later. Touched it and it was dry, so I decided, right, let's give it a go. So I was so excited when I pulled away this first piece, because as you can see it has worked and it does come away from the sheeting. So this is what I'm on about, that you can reuse the air drying clay. Like I said, it was not dry, but it had started to go dry, so I just added a drop of water to it and then put it back with the rest of the pack. But look at that, I was so pleased. I was just hoping that the pattern had taken into the silicone. And so I just got a little bit of a corner, and they peeled off like a dream, absolute dream. And it hasn't damaged the dichroic sheet, so I can reuse them. So it just needed a little bit of cleaning up on the edge, but look, the pattern has come out. How stunning is that? And this one was a little bit thicker, so again, they don't need to be very thick. But look at that, I was so excited. So you can create them for different shapes, and reuse the sheet time after time. So I did try one with like butterfly holes in, which was a complete disaster because it seeped underneath the underneath the holes. So anything with gaps in, this doesn't work. So like I say, I'm just cleaning up all the edges, trying to get some of the clay off. But it's not sticky, it's not tacky, and it's only been 4 or 5 hours. I was so pleased. So I decided to, as I've done in a video previous, to pour some silicone into some moulds I had. I thought, right, let's go for it. Now, like I say, at your own peril, because sometimes silicone does stick to silicone, so it can ruin your moulds. So I was hoping, I mean, these were relatively cheapish moulds, and they're only quite small, so I was hoping that this was going to work. As it turned out, they all popped out really, really well. And this is a couple of hours later. These are the silicone inlays that I've just done. Look at the detail in them. I was so pleased. This one just needed a little cleaning up. Still got a little bit of clay on it. And these are the little inlays that I took out. How super cute are these? Little dogs, little seahorses and little sea creatures. So I'm going to put these into some jewellery, I think. So there will be a video on that very soon. Yeah, but I was just so excited to show you all the little inlays that I've been making, and such an easy way. And so far I haven't ruined a mould. So this was another one that I did, another dichroic sheet. I mean, the detail on it was just spectacular. So I hope you liked my video. Drop me a click on the subscribe button. It is completely free. And I've been Tony from Georgie's Gorgeous Gift.